They can hear us.
Can they? I don't think they can.
They should be able to. Oh, I can hear. I can hear us twice. Oh, okay, I fixed it. I fixed it.
Didn't have yourself muted.
Nope.
That's fine. I do that
They
basically
can.
every stream.
They can see us now too.
Oh,
Well, damn.
hi.
Hi, hello, hi. How are you?
Hello.
How's everybody
buddy.
doing on this fine day?
Hello.
Welcome.
Coffee.
Well, coffee.
Coffee.
Boy, that was a mood. Just
Positivity,
that
please.
Single word. Coffee. Welcome to the Secret Adventure Society. The meeting will come to order. Clang, clang. We are one goon short tonight. He's taking some time for his mental health tonight, which is absolutely essential for everyone to do when they feel they need to do it. But he will be back next week, which leads us to our first announcements of the evening. SAS Session 36 will take place 1 week from today instead of 2 weeks from today, like usual. Steve-O is going to be unavailable on our regularly scheduled night at the end of November, so we decided to double up and just do 2 in a row. So
y'all have been really good, so we thought we would, a little treat for you.
Double up.
Yeah. So 2 SAS, another one next week, a week from today. But if Goon were here, he would tell you about Be Never Ending, which Steve-O is going to do instead. Steve-O!
That's right. Since Goon's not here, I'm going to tell you about our pals at Neverending. It's a really super rad character builder for your TTRPG characters. It's diversity forward, it's diversity focused, it's inclusive. They have all sorts of tools for you to bring your story and your character to life, tools that other places do not have. And until tomorrow, which is November 4th, at the time of this recording, you can enter their character creation contest on Twitter for a chance to win a $25 gift card, which is rad as balls. Or if they reach their submission goal, maybe even a copy of the new Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign book. So check them out, support them as they grow, just like you're supporting us. And thank you to Neverending for being so cool and for being our sponsor.
Thank you,
Thank
Steve-O,
you.
and thank you, Never Ending. We love those guys. Be sure to check out their character creation contest that Steve-O was mentioning. Using their platform, maybe win some cool stuff. They're rad. We love them. I'm going to blow through the rest of these notes as quickly as I possibly can. YouTube, catch up quickly using catch-up content or see full episodes there. This session will be live Friday morning, and the podcast of this, the audio of this will be available in podcast form on Monday. If you tell all your friends and tweet about the show, we love you for it, and we love you for a million other reasons, but we especially love you for that because word of mouth is how any community truly grows and begins to thrive and become sustainable, as we are trying to do. We have a lore keeper. Her name is Brennasaur, and she writes wonderful, wonderful recaps every session on Tumblr the Wednesday after they air. So be sure to check those out because they're hella entertaining. I look at them every Wednesday before the session. I look at them to make sure that I remember everything that happened. Aurelia Raphael did our character art, including the newest of Pongu, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Give her your money for art because we gave her money for ours and she's good as heck. Be sure you follow all of the people here and Goon, who is not here. Shall we begin?
That was fast.
It was fast. Right?
Well
Yeah.
done.
Oh. We're starting? Hang on.
Yeah, y'all
I have to
wanna play?
panic. You have to let me panic about music, remember? It's my
The
thing.
process.
The
process.
process. Respect it. Okay, hang on.
Respect my process. I'm the
Respect the
DM here.
process.
Respect my process.
I'm the producer. Okay,
Okay.
hang
Okay,
on.
that's fine. I agree.
Hang on. Do you want to produce NDM?
Pick the music.
It's picked, man. It's already picked. You just gotta switch it.
That would be a little Firefly moment though. Locke would be like, "Do you want to fly this ship?" And Zach would go, "Yeah." She'd go, "Well, you can't."
Sonny, I just want to say I love that mug.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Twas a birthday prez.
He's
Oh,
very
my.
cute.
Also, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To you
Absolutely.
and both you and Steve-O who had birthday
Oh, well, thank you.
recently. Yes.
Oh.
Are we birthday bros as well as HP twins?
I don't. What's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's why it
But
works.
are you rising? I don't know. I don't know these things.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think Mercury's in Gatorade, but it's all good.
No longer. It is off the shelves.
Good.
So we're good. Everyone is safe from
Perfect.
Mercury and Gatorade.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh my.
All the Mercury Gatorade has been recalled. It doesn't quite make you feel as good anymore.
Right.
Safe drink. Previously on the Secret Adventure Society, the Nobodies acquired a new party member in Pongu, a friendly Fey person with a penchant for cooking and bringing about cheer. Additionally, Q cut ties with the source of his power, a shadowy presence you discovered to be called Skoogamore, or the Shadow Mother. In fact, upon shattering the skull of his dead mother with a fireball bead, you all heard whispers to the degree of, "They're coming, she's coming. Echoing off the cave walls. After a few days of adventuring around Mardosta, searching for a sunken treasure in a frozen lake outside the city limits, researching at the library, and ice skating very poorly and dangerously, you found yourselves in the night market, with Kess attempting to acquire a kind of focus for her growing spellcasting abilities. You heard slamming against the wall outside and then screaming as the music in the night market stopped and the crowd dispersed and hid. Flying overhead, there were figures familiar to the three of you who were in Evercrest on the day of the wave. These faceless, brooding figures made of little more than vapor and smoke, and they all seemed to go straight for Q, wrapping a wispy tendril around his little head and causing him to pass out in their grasp. They lifted him and attempted to flee, but fortunately, you were all able to vanquish them before they could escape the market, leaving Q unconscious in a pile on the floor with 100 or so onlookers just staring from their hiding places as you all stood having faced down whatever danger had just befallen you. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight's session. Nobodies. It's early in the evening in the night market where you stand in the immediate aftermath of the battle that just took place. Q is still unconscious on the floor. What are you all doing?
Pierce runs over to him and starts tapping his face on either side.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap his face.
I run to him and cast Healing Word. I don't know if he's hurt, but I do it anyways.
Okay.
Pierce puts his ear next to his snout to see if he's breathing.
Make a medicine check.
He gets 8 points of heals.
Okay. You feel like it did some healing. It's difficult to tell. He remains unconscious, but you feel like he looks a little bit more lively. He looks a little bit more asleep than unconscious, if that makes sense.
13 on medicine check.
13 on medicine check. Okay, he is very, like, he's alive and he's breathing and he's stable, but he's very, very unconscious. Not like a light.
Okay, he's breathing. We got to get him home.
Okay.
How long is this? Is this immediately after what has just transpired?
Yes, this is like right after the battle.
Okay. I am also imagining that I remember helping heal him before he fell, and then me and my spiritual guardians just kind of like decimated this last floaty boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine I haven't dismissed my spiritual guardians yet.
Oh yeah, they're still hanging out. Yeah.
So I imagine we're actually still kind of hovering in the air while they're checking on Q, and like, I don't know, for some reason I almost feel that Pongu, there's something different about this time in utilizing the spirit guardians, and he almost kind of looks to the two spirit guardians that are still there, and his face kind of Pongu's face goes blank and his eyes go black for a second, and both of the spirit guardians kind of turn to each other and then they dissipate, and then I just slowly float down. My eyes go back to normal and I float down to join the two over Q.
Okay. Can you remind us what your spirit guardians, what forms they had?
Yeah, so in my head, they kind of look like they have a humanoid figure, like a head and arms and legs. And from their back, there's almost these like wispy tendrils that are kind of star form. So kind of the look that Pongu kind of gets. But each of the guardians look differently. Like one is more kind of a lighter looking being, and one's kind of a like if a star was reincarnated in a human form, and the other one's almost kind of like the opposite, and it's kind of like a black hole manifest in a human form. But they're both kind of they're both the guardians, if you will.
Okay. So yeah, as they dissipate, Pongu, you sort of notice from your elevated position, you sort of notice that people are like starting to rise, and they're like holding their eyes from the brightness, and they're like looking up at you and just sort of like cowering and looking on, seeing this unconscious kobold lying on the floor. You have certainly gathered their attention as you rush over to Q.
I imagine Pongu's not taking any of the crowd in, and he's just like, oh my god, Case, what's wrong? What's going on?
He's out. We have to get him home.
Okay, yeah.
Cass I just kind of like glance up to see if people are looking at me, if they've noticed me specifically.
Make a perception check.
I don't know what dice. Oh. Perception.
Yeah.
26.
26. Okay, yeah, you see them looking at you, and you hear them whispering Shadowmoor. Like they know who you are. Several different people you hear these whispers coming from.
Okay, I just scoop Q up and let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah.
As we walk away, Pierce goes, nothing to see here.
Chatter starts to rise a little bit more as people looking around, and you hear children starting to cry, mothers starting to scream, and run around trying to find people who might have been misplaced during the incident. And sort of the general re-rise, I suppose, of chaos in the night market, a little bit more panic than it was previously, is what you hear as you make your way through the doors and out into the snow. Are you guys heading straight back for the estate?
Pierce is following Cass for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking at anybody, just looking at.
Okay. So, after about 10 minutes of walking, booking, you're getting a few looks, but as you're walking through the snow and up the lift back onto the cliff where the nobles of Mardosta reside, you make your way across the grounds. And where are you entering the mansion?
The front door.
Just the front door, right in the main one. Okay. So as you enter, you see a few of the staff notice what is happening, and they like panic and start to run up, rush up to you. One woman in particular, a human woman. What's happening here? What happened?
It's fine. Nothing. It's fine. He's fine. Just we need to go to the room. It's fine.
Of course. You don't need any assistance.
No?
Okay. Well, yell if you change your mind.
Okay. Thank you. Just keeps going.
Okay.
Why didn't you want to tell him what happened? What happened in the night market?
I mean, because I don't really even know, and I don't want anybody to worry, and I haven't even had a second to really think about it. Have you thought about it? What was it? Why did they come for Q? What? We just need to go talk, right? I don't know. What?
I mean, they're gonna know. We don't have all the answers, but should they know that the night market's not safe?
Fine, the night market's not safe. And then I just keep going.
What do you mean the night market is? That's all you hear as you like go upstairs, and eventually all the hullabaloo happening downstairs is out of your earshot. You make your way back up to. Are you going to your bedroom, or are you going to the suite?
The
or
suite.
some of
I
the
can't
third
make
place?
I can't make decisions today. The suite.
This week. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you make your way into the suite. It appears tidied up, but more or less just as you'd left it. As except for you, Cass, you didn't sleep in there last night, so you haven't seen it recently. But appears the way you and Q seem to have left it.
Okay.
Put him in
Put him on the
bed.
sofa.
Oh, okay. Sofa. Put him on the sofa. She's
It's gonna be-
probably
it's gonna
just
be
like,
fine.
like, okay,
2 feet tall. I guess it doesn't matter where we put him.
okay, just
Just make him comfortable.
sofa. Fine.
Pongu's probably just watching this because he doesn't want to overstep, and he's just watching this interaction between Kess and Pierce, and is trying to be as like inobtrusive as possible to give them the space to, do what they feel like they need to do.
Okay, he's
He's
fine.
breathing.
He's breathing. He's breathing.
He's not bleeding out. Nothing
No.
looks broken.
He looks okay.
With that medicine check, he looks healthy. He just
Okay.
looks. He looks somewhere on that fine line between unconscious and asleep.
We're gonna let him rest. He's gonna be okay,
Okay.
and we'll come back and check on him.
Okay.
And also, we're gonna have someone check on him every hour, make sure he's still breathing.
Probably maybe like every 15 minutes would be good.
Pongu flies over, and looks like he anoints Q's forehead, and he goes, "It should be all right. I mean, I just." Pongu casts spare the dying, or tries to, and he's like, I don't think he's dead. He just needs a bit of rest.
No, yeah, every 15 minutes. We don't want him to wake him up. We want him to get sleep.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
He'll be okay. Pierce leans down and puts a hand sort of on the top of Q's head. Q doesn't. I don't think has much of a forehead to speak of, or the top of his head. And he leans in and he goes, "You're gonna be okay, bud." And he stands up and looks at the room.
What? Why? That was the shadowy figures that from Evercrest, right? And from the what just happened?
Right, that was a throwback.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Manga,
those
do you know
things
what
are?
those are? I was
No,
hoping
I
you
don't
would know.
believe I did off of my. I intelligence checked them or whatever last session, right?
Yeah, I believe you did, but no, you were not familiar with them.
Yeah. No, they're new to me, but you're familiar.
We've seen them a handful of times. We don't know what they are. The day we met, they were there in Evercrest.
Yeah.
The very first, the day the Kraken showed up. The day of the, was there a beam of light or something?
There's a beam of light in Evercrest now, but not that day. It was the
Okay.
wave, and then the Kraken was dead on top of the water, and then they had taken people into the water, and
So they were coming for Q
why did they want Q?
because of his connection to Skoogamom.
But then that would mean that then that would Skoogamom's good.
Very good, very good.
Then that would mean that this entire time she was part of all of the things we've been trying to fight, like all of the void things, right? But she knew we were trying to fight all that, and he had powers and helped us fight it. What?
Yeah, but she wasn't strong enough to do shit on her own so far as we knew. So, I mean, she did eventually try to kill you. So if she wasn't in a state where she could really intervene until she could, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he was powering her up. She got to a point where she was powerful enough. She overplayed her hand. He kicked her ass. But she's not gone, right? I mean, she's gone, but she's not gone.
I just don't know why she's connected to those things. And why, and if she is connected to the life well water. This is what I don't understand.
In my memory, Zach, those things did not give any kind of a shit about us until we attacked them, right? Like they didn't fly towards, or do we know?
You I mentioned, I believe, during combat, it seemed to you like they were going directly for Q.
It was very, very cute. Okay, yeah. I don't think they gave a shit about our presence. I don't think they give a shit about his presence, and he points to Pongu. I mean, I barely give a shit about your presence.
You piece.
So, fuck. I mean, he's gonna be up in no time.
Yeah.
So we can continue. And if something happens, someone will send word, right?
Yeah.
Did you even find your focus?
Yeah. I got it. I hold up a big obsidian chonky rock.
It's rather large.
Yeah, it's gonna go on my belt, which is cool.
The whole thing.
Well, yeah, it's like what, like that big, Zach? Like
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's little just hang off my belt.
She needs a lot of focus. Pongu.
Is it heavy?
No, it's not that heavy. It's kind of flat, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a flat, smooth.
Okay. Lovely.
But I just I wanted to use this. Oh, and we were gonna see what Scott's up to.
Right.
Yeah. Which kind of sounds fun. But I have a lot of feelings right now, and I'm excited to do this thing that I want to try to do, which is to check on Scott. But I'm also terrified of Q. Or not of Q, but for Q. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think rather than sit here and worry about him, let's let him rest, and we can go literally anywhere else, because otherwise we're just gonna sit here worrying about him.
And you don't think that they'll come back?
I don't know.
You know about these things that can float and whatnot. Have they do they go through things, or do they just fly, or?
I think they can fly through walls, except for when Augustus would put up his little magic dome.
Like this? Pongu flourishes, and his dome envelops all of them, and it's darkness with the twinkling lights and the constellations is normal, and Q's constellation is right over him, and he goes, if they couldn't go through the thing before, then this should be helpful for at least 8 hours, and that should give him time to rest.
But do you not have to be here with it?
You do.
I do, but I don't mind staying vigilant.
Well, look.
There's got to be someone here on the grounds that can just keep an eye out. Like if
Okay. I can call
if weird
somebody.
ghosty things are coming towards the mansion, someone's gonna see it.
True. Or we could just go to the roof and do what I need to do and watch.
Yeah, that's a good. Yep. Hooray! Figured it out.
Okay, let's go to the roof then.
I didn't fully. Can I say I didn't fully cast? I was gonna like throw it up like an umbrella, but when they were like, "Oh, it's not," I'm like, "Okay," and I like deactivate the dome.
Just like almost there, and it's like, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to have. You don't have to have absolutely thrown that. That's. I'll let you take that back.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are headed up to the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so you climb the stairs. You find your way to the tippity top of the Shadowmoor Manor. Kess, would you like to describe? Is this y'all's first time on the roof? You were in the tower.
No, we've landed on the watchtowers. I'm wanting to go to one of the watchtowers.
Okay. Okay. So
they're not
familiar.
they're not really used except for big events. So nobody should be up there.
This is like where we went with Q that time that Pierce got upset and like fired into the air, right?
No.
This is a different place.
Yeah, this is still this is still basically in the house, but just
it's in the house. Okay.
There are watchtowers up just like up on the roof, just like 4 square. I don't know how to explain it other than just like
an attic with windows.
The ends of stairwells that are just like basically like open at the top.
Okay.
So you make your way up the staircase into one of the watchtowers of your choice. As you suspected, no one is in there. Once you reach the top, you are now outside. It is dark outside now. It's probably about 6 o'clock in the evening. Stars are out and bright, and the aurora is almost, it seems like it's billowing overhead in green and purple.
Okay,
so walk me through what you're doing.
Well, I've never done it.
Is this gonna hurt you or kill you?
I don't think so.
You spent too much time thinking about that.
I've never done this.
Is this gonna hurt her or kill her?
What exactly is this that you're doing?
I'm wanting to scry.
Oh, lovely.
Like it's been a long day and you're just gonna have a good scry?
Look, Pongu obviously heals. Obviously. I just point at him. I'll be fine.
Right. Pierce Pierce has a diamond on him from earlier, so he's like, okay, but if you start feeling funky, you'll say something.
I think so.
Let me rephrase that.
I don't know how this
if
works,
you start
Pierce.
feeling funky, say something if you start feeling funky.
I feel funky. Okay.
Is that the code word? Is it code word?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what should this do? You'll be able to see.
Yeah. I think I should be able to just see Scott. I hope he's not.
Me too. Let's roll them dice. Roll them bones.
Okay. I mean, he was kind of attractive, but I'd just rather not, he's our enemy, but also like it would be weird because then he wouldn't know that I was seeing him. So
make a horny check.
I can't. I'm dead.
Okay.
Shit. I don't make villains who aren't hot.
I know.
That's just how I do things.
I mean, yeah, okay. Well, yeah. She's blushing now, like, okay. Okay. And she's gonna sit down. She's never done this before. Gonna take the rock and just hold it and just kind of look at them and be like, I think I just focus on it and I think about him. Maybe? That's
Okay.
what I'm gonna try to do.
Because I'm a benevolent DM, I want you to make an Arcana check for me before you do this.
I have it. I can cast it. This is just for.
I know. I
Okay.
want you to make an Arcana check to see if, yeah.
Pierce
Arcana?
goes, because it's what he knows how to do. He pulls out Iris and just keeps it handy.
Keeps at the ready.
15.
15. You know, with this spell, at least you feel like maybe if you had something that belonged to him, it would make it a little bit easier for you to cast this, for you to see him.
Oh,
And you also know that you just got a coffin filled with things that might have belonged to him.
I have his gold and his bags and his. Okay. And I get it out and sit it around as well. And also, I've seen him. The doorknob. Yeah. Okay.
So the way scrying works, just speaking about the table, if you have something that belonged to him, it makes the save harder for him to make. If you know him, like if you've met him, that makes it pretty much break even. But if you have something that once belonged to him or something along those lines, it makes it more difficult for him to avoid the scry.
Yeah. And he has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. And what are you using to scry? What is, besides your focus, what possession are you using?
His bags of holding.
Okay. So, he rolled a natural 12 minus 4. Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay.
So, as you
He
sit,
needed a 17, so.
as you sit, cross-legged in the floor with your obsidian and with the bags of holding from this bastard, you
Hot
breathe.
jerk.
Hot jerk, indeed.
Hot jerk.
You breathe. You feel your hands begin to tingle. You hear Pierce and Pongu in the room with you, sort of like rocking back and forth on their heels. And then all of a sudden, after a moment, it's like any sound, the steady breathing, the creaking of the floor, any sound that was in the room with you stops. And you smell fire, you smell smoke. And a raven flies up and lands on your shoulder. Looks at you, makes eye contact, and then pecks you on the head. And with that, you sort of travel through this swirling torrent kind of black and gray. And you find yourself in the dark. You hear a voice muttering, I need you to make a perception check.
It's a natural 20.
Are you kidding me? Awesome. Okay, so
So with my plus, it would be a 33.
all right. All right. So
I love this.
hold
dice.
on. It's good. It's good dice. Good dice. So immediately with a 33, you're in a cave. You glance, you're a floating orb. Your entire consciousness, your entire focus is a floating orb. You can't really turn, but you can see everything in perfect crystal clear definition. You see a lake inside this cave, a black lake.
Is it familiar?
It is. You see a dead, rotting black and blue dragon inside this lake. And you recognize it as the dungeon temple that you discovered beneath the cottage in Saihoff. And you see Scott pacing in and out of your line of sight. And he's just muttering to himself. Okay, this is what do I do? And as you're looking around, you also see stacks of books. Not necessarily, you can't, even with a 33, it doesn't appear as if they're printed volumes of any sort, but it's like they're his personal journals. It's like he's trying to figure something out. And you see him pacing back and forth, and you see him walk up to the lake and look at it and look at the dragon and just continue pacing. And then at that point, with a scry. Okay. Scry lasts for, I'm looking to see how long scry lasts. It's like a minute, right?
10.
10 minutes?
Wait. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay. So he continues to pace and he's got a glass vial. And he reaches into the lake and he fills the glass vial and he curses as he does so because some of it gets on his hands. And he seems to take a substantial bit of damage just from that. And he like curses and holds his hand. And then he takes the vial and he walks. And as he walks, you and your orb travel with him. And he walks sort of like, you can tell he's having trouble breathing. You feel like it's probably from the absolute stench of a month-old rotting dragon, or a 2 months old rotting dragon. And you see him go into the chamber where you all confronted Augustus's protege. And you see him stand in the middle of the floor, where all of these pipes are underneath the floor, where you had seen this ritual taking place. And you see him stand there. You travel backward. And you find yourself back in the floor of the suite.
I'm not in the suite.
Sorry. You find yourself back on the roof with the snow falling all around.
Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't in a different suite in a different place.
No, you're in the same place. You're in the
Okay.
same place. That's might be.
How long did that take? Like, what?
10 minutes.
10
Well,
minutes,
10 minutes to cast and then 10 minutes. So 20 minutes in all is where we're at. Did anything about me change while I scried to them?
No.
Okay.
From where they were standing, it just appeared as if you were in a deep meditative state.
Okay.
You okay?
Got
Pierce.
cave with dragon.
Oh.
Void water. Is he Scyhoff? I don't know.
Wait, the cave in Scyhoff?
Yeah.
Not a different cave with a different dragon.
I mean, it was that cave.
Is he raising dragons in there?
No. You remember the altar room or the room with Augustus's student?
The last when he stepped through the portal, right?
No.
Or they left in that room, right?
Yeah. Sorry, that room. He's there.
Okay. Well, Pierce, like cocks Iris. Okay, I'm ready.
Wait, what? Ready for what? What's happening?
You ever kill a guy named Scott?
I believe you asked me this earlier. And no.
Well, you're ready to add something to your resume, big guy.
But I'm tiny.
Pierce starts to walk away. Just. He's filled with rage. He knows where Scott is.
I don't
He's
understand.
ready to walk.
But I don't. He had books and journals and he was muttering and he was trying to figure something out.
So he's not just an asshole. He's somehow connected to the shit that's been going on with everything going on. He's not just some pro-fascist piece of shit.
He just acted like he had no clue what I was like, what the water was. Oh no.
Did he have clothes on?
Yeah. I mean, yes, he did.
Can't win them all.
But yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go kill him
Hang
unless you
on.
give me a good reason not to.
I think I did this.
Did what?
I think I caused this problem. You don't go up to a time wizard and say, I can shoot magical water and kill people. And now he's afraid of me. He wasn't afraid of anyone. Now he's trying to figure out all this. Yeah?
Oh,
he
you don't
wanting-
think he was already... You think
No.
we got him involved in this?
I think that maybe, you know how wizards are very curious.
Yeah.
I think he maybe possibly
We did it
wants
bad.
to do what I do.
Wait, so
Maybe.
he's a sexy, curious wizard.
Yes, but he's evil. We can't like him.
Oh, evil is subjective, but okay, continue.
Oh. Well,
Pierce remembered Pongu said that.
okay, so maybe I should just talk to him.
Are you, how? Like, in person?
No.
Got, like...
Did we fill you in, Pongu, on what happened with Scott altogether?
Oh, I know, he's a sexy wizard,
Eh.
evil, life water. Well, what?
Okay.
Whatever is important to you is important to me.
Here's the Pierce Notes version of it. He tried to rob us. She used the Dark Life Well water to kick his ass. He went running back to town. We followed him. He had basically driven the town to poverty and was ruling it with his thieves guild.
Don't like that.
We dismantled them. We redistributed the money back to the townspeople. We left the town in good hands. Scott got scared when he saw Kess and poofed on out of there.
Okay. This is a guy who was not afraid of anything. Like, anything. He wasn't afraid of anything or anyone. And then all of a sudden he was afraid. And
Interesting.
now I think he's... I think he's trying to...
Were you aware that sometimes extreme braveness is a trauma response?
What?
And
This makes a lot of sense.
I wonder why Scott, the sexy evil wizard, behaves in this manner. Yes, evil and hot, sexy is subjective. Oh, yeah, get it. But
I feel like
I
you're
want-
saying the same word twice over and over again.
hot and sexy
Evil and sexy.
is the same.
It's very close to the same thing. Sometimes, I don't know now.
That was a side
This
note.
is not what I want to be
He
trying to figure out.
he deserves to die. And not because I like killing people, because he's the kind
Because-
of person that left unchecked will take over towns again,
And-
will rally
yeah.
people to his cause again. And if he's looking for power, I know what that's like. I went into Sci-Hoff looking for his power. Okay? There was a crossroads in that town, and I could have gone left, and I could have become him. I know what his outcome is. We went right, and something shifted in me when we were there. And I can tell you, he's not going to stop unless we stop him.
So we're going to talk to him, and maybe Pierce will kill him.
Yeah.
I guess we do need to know.
I
we
don't
need
do
to
well with
confirm-
talking.
Right, but we need to confirm if we sent him there or if he retreated there. Because if this is on us, that's going to bother me for 10 or 15 minutes.
Look-
But if he is linked to this other shit, then we need to know how.
He's a wizard. I'm sure he has ways of finding location of like things that he wants to find, right? Like
Do you know what spell what he was doing in there, what he was working with?
he had been doing a lot of research, and he was gathering the void essence water, death water, he was gathering that, and it was still hurting him.
That's a good sign. He's not immune to the water. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that is. How
Is
did
anything
I get
immune to
immune
water?
to the water? I am! How did that happen?
Drink
I've just
it, you said,
accepted this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I drank
Put
it.
it in your body.
I drank it, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm immediately, immune.
Why did you drink it?
Did I take the vaccine?
Guess is working on her booster at the moment. Kess,
Yes.
make an
DM.
Arcana check.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question that may seem like a silly question, but I feel like it's important to delineate here. And Pierce is going to pause this to Kess. She can answer when she's done. Does the water avoid you, or does it not hurt you if you touch it? Because there's a difference between it bending to your will, but does it still hurt you if you touch it?
No. Wait.
Okay.
No. Wait. It was a 17, Zach.
Okay.
I get the water out and I try to touch it.
Okay. How do you go about doing this? Because you've got it's in a vial. Do you reach down into the vial?
I think. Well, remember I put it on my skin, and it burned me before I was immune to it. So I'm gonna just try to do that same thing.
Like you're going to try and pour a little bit on the top of your hand?
Yeah, just like a little. Just like.
Don't know if this is a thing, but can I ready an action?
Sure.
Should something happen? If the water goes cray, I would like to try to use shape water on it to see if anything happens.
Okay. You don't know if it's going to work,
Right.
but you can ready the action. Sure. Kess, as you pour it onto the back of your hand, you see drip, 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 and then it falls almost to the back of your hand and it freezes. And it's sort of like, as you twist your hand, it just sort of like balls floating above your hand. It does not touch your skin.
You know what? I think
I thought I had a friend. It's avoiding me.
it's not avoiding you, but I also don't think that we can tell conclusively that it can't hurt you if it does touch you. But it does look like, what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen magnets? So my dad worked with a lot of different metals, and one of the things that was neat was how magnets of the same polarity distanced from each other, they didn't fly away from each other, they just stayed in orbit. So are you both positively charged?
Yes, with your Arcana check a moment ago, because this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time you've thought these things through out loud in roleplay. But with a 17 Arcana check, you remember that all of this seems to have started happening after you fell into the portal in Sci-Hoff during the storm. You think that whatever happened in that portal, whatever happened that day that sucked you into that hole, might have something to do with this.
So you're telling me, not you, DM, Pierce.
Right.
You're telling me that I could possibly have the same thing within me that this water does, therefore we're reflecting each other because we're the same? Possibly?
Possibly. I don't know how far down the road you want to go, but
Well,
I mean, are you of the void? Are you now
I feel like
Kess
that's a,
Shadowmoor of the void?
that's a big question.
That's a really cool name.
That is pretty cool. Also terrifying.
Yeah, that's way cooler than the green shooter, whatever the fuck it was.
It started happening after I died.
You what?
Which time?
I've only died once, Pierce.
You're a returned.
I am alive now. I was dead.
Interesting.
I was alive, and then I was dead, and then I was alive again. I fell in a big void hole, and it was over. And then I fell out and got brought back, and then all this started happening.
And how did you come back after you died?
Cleric.
We used to know a cleric who used a diamond to bring her back. The same way we brought back the king of Evercrest.
You were revivified,
Yeah.
and afterwards, did you talk about your experiences after you?
As a matter of fact, she did not.
I see.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we
Are
have
we-
kind of an issue with that.
Are we getting like we're getting a little like we're sharing too much? I just am curious about the science behind all of this.
The science is good, Kess, but also, I mean, I am part cleric, and in my studies, when someone passes and then subsequently is brought back, oftentimes there are things that happens when you move on, and that's under normal circumstances, yeah? And if you passed and came back, plus this mystical, magical water, that possibly, I don't want to say complicates things, but it makes things different.
Guess if you want to talk about it, I can step out.
I'm fine. I'm
Or
fine.
I can step out. I know I'm new. You've met me like 3 days ago.
I'm
That may be
okay.
in your favor.
No, like I'm fine. I just
say that. You say that all the time, and you say it every day, and I don't fucking believe it anymore. I did. You're not. And
Death-like for you, Kess.
okay, I have to believe that I'm fine, okay?
you're going to be fine. Can you believe you're going to be fine?
don't know. Death was nothing. Death was blackness. Death was just there. I was existing and then I was gone. There was absolutely nothing else to it. That's what death was like for me. So.
And how did that make you feel? The nothingness.
Empty.
And
And
do you still feel that now?
I feel like it's getting better. I think that if I figure a lot of stuff out, it'll be better. I'll feel better. I don't know.
Do you have to do that alone? Because you have us alongside you, and we're helping you, and we're helping you as best we can. But Pierce looks upon it. Kind of goes for fucking both of you, and I can't believe I'm the one saying this. But you guys can't open up for shit. And the fact that I'm the one saying that, I mean, that's fucked up.
I'm afraid that if I open up, I'm not gonna like what's there. And so I just like to try to stay how I am. Which is fine.
Wait, you don't think that I open up?
This isn't about you, Pongo.
Okay.
I just
All right.
I have things that I have to take care of, and I do need help with those things, and I feel like it's getting better.
You know that your family loves you, right?
I think they love me. I think
I didn't mean them.
Pongo starts crying.
Are you trying to say I know. I know.
Okay.
I love y'all too. And I need you guys.
Blubbering. Pongo's blubbering.
I'm just gonna go over and pet him on the head.
Case, also. Your
Yeah.
family loves you. And
Oh yeah, that's obvious.
do you love you?
I don't know who I am enough to love myself. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to love. You know? Anyways,
It's not always easy, is it?
nothing has been easy. No. I'm getting a little deflective now. And I can feel that happening. And I just want you guys to know that because I feel like I've said
That's
a
good
lot of
awareness.
things.
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
need?
I need to. I need to help Ash. And I need to. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Ever. Honestly.
Well,
Me
we can't
too.
go after Scott until Q wakes up. So there's that. If there's any way that we can help, sometimes I can do things besides shoot shit. Pongo seems pretty good at some shit too.
Yes.
I just had like I'm honestly I'm tired. We just found out that Scott was trying to be able to do what I can do, and I don't even really understand how I can do what I can do in the first place. So I don't know what to do to prevent that. You know? He's sitting there writing in journals, and apparently the thing that he needs to do is die. And come back.
If that happens, well, oh shit. Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was, if his heart stops beating or his brain explodes, that would keep him from being able to do what you can do.
In theory.
In theory, unless he's revivified and spent time in the void, and so I guess we keep him away from open sources of void.
He's kind of with a lot of void right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, he is really hot. We could always try to make him good or align ourselves with someone evil, which I'm not opposed to, as long as, you know, we kind of have an understanding. But I'm just saying, we could ally with Scott.
For the purpose of what?
He's a powerful time wizard.
And that ass, right?
That ass.
Sorry, that was Zev just sort of came up and said that.
Zev!
So as you all sit in the snow on the tower, talking about how hot Scott is or isn't, wondering about his quest, what brought him to where he is, and how your paths intersected in such a weird way. You guys look up and you see the aurora billowing. You hear music down below in the gardens. Festivities for the Festival of the Stars are starting to take place. For the festival and the ball, the subsequent ball that happens in a little less than a week. And with that, the evening will come to a close. And we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Early break. Man.
It was a good place.
It's a...
We usually, we try to take it at about 9.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we go way to 9:30, but... So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Good for you guys?
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like a good plan.
We will be right back. Love you guys. Hang in there.
Okay, they can hear us.
Hi.
Fade. Fade.
Hello,
They
friendos.
should be able to hear us. And they
I
can
see the mic had to reboot, but I think that was a few minutes ago.
they can see us now? Is my mic too close to me?
Sounds fine. That's a good mic. So
It is a good mic, yeah.
yeah.
You could put that mic in your basement and I could hear you.
Oh, I don't want that. I don't even have a basement, Steve-O.
What is a basement?
Bury it underneath the house.
That's
It'll
good.
sound
No, it's
fine.
good.
And you would still only hear what you wanted to be heard. It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
So anyway, we have returned from our break. Thank you for joining us once again. Shall we dive back into the game?
Head first.
Before we go back into the game, I do want to remind people that I feel like it's just worth mentioning as many times as we possibly can. We're having another session next week. We never do that, but we are having another session 2 weeks in a row next week to account for some weird scheduling things. So same time next Wednesday, you're going to be able to find us here. So keep an eye out for that. Back to the game. So where we left off, the Nobody's minus Q, who was slumbering in the suite where you had left him after his bout with the faceless figures. You made your way to the roof of one of the watchtowers, and sitting in the snow with the aurora billowing overhead, Kess attempted to scry on Scott and was successful, and was able to see that he was currently in the cave of the dungeon-esque temple where you guys had discovered Augustus's protege when you were in Sci-Hoff. And the evening came to a close. You can all take a long rest if you wish.
I wish.
Unless you guys had more RP for that evening that you wanted to do.
I had like solo RP that I wanted to do.
Okay, yeah, well, let's do that first.
Me
So go
too,
ahead.
so.
Okay.
Pierce will sleep through the night next to Q.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute. So I, out of character, am very cognizant that Pongu, to y'all's knowledge, is a cleric and yet has not communed with their deity, or has attempted to commune, or at least pray. And so I imagine that this evening, given everything that's transpired, after everyone kind of retires, he actually decides to hang back a little bit up atop of the roof, or at least looking up at the stars. And out of his pocket, he kind of unfurls this kind of, not necessarily a scroll, but it's almost kind of like a landing area where he's going to throw what looks like meteorites, these rocks from space and the sky and the stars. And he throws them, and he just kind of gets into a kneeling posture and sits in front of it, and he starts chanting this prayer, or a creed, if you will, and barely audible, but if anyone was around, you would just hear the words protection and guidance and love over and over again as he's kind of sitting in prayer, under this starlit sky, and kind of his tattoos kind of pulse. Oh, that was Siri. His tattoos kind of pulse every once in a while.
Your deity.
and he's just gonna pray, because I feel like he hasn't had a chance to since joining the adventure, because we've been pretty busy the past few nights. So
Okay. So as you sit and pray for guidance and protection, sitting in this kneeling state, feeling the snowfall on your skin, bare skin, feeling the cold come into your lungs, very, very, very painfully frigid, and exiting warmer than it had previously. You find yourself centered on your breath and centered on your thoughts and centered on your spirit. And you almost feel your tattoos as though they're glimmering on the canvas of your skin. You look up, exhale as you're praying, and you see constellations, the most visible constellations over the sky, or in the sky over where the Mount Avian homeland would be. You see them sort of glittering as if in response to you.
A single tear kind of falls down from the side of Pongu's cheek. And as he's wrapping up his prayer, he kind of gets up off his knees and he holds his hands up, and just these little glimmers of starlight kind of float up into the sky. And he bows once more and attempts to head back into the estate.
Okay. Easily enough, you find your way back to the room and settle in for an evening's slumber.
Yep.
Feeling refreshed, feeling rejuvenated spiritually. Cass, you had things you wanted to do?
Yeah. Sure did. Going to... Okay, well, I'm exhausted. She's exhausted. She's going to take a very long bubble bath. Put on her like her robes and stuff, and then she's not gonna go to the greenhouse. She's gonna just open the window and turn on the fire in her bedroom and grow a flower in the window. And she's gonna do the same thing that she did the last time, where she like meditates on it and focuses and just tries to just zone out and meditate.
Flower grows. And as you sit and meditate looking out over the city of Mardosta, nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
You hope for the familiar flap of wings or a peck at the window, but nothing quite happened.
Okay. She grabs her blankets and her pillows and props up in the window and falls asleep there.
Okay. Snow flying in, almost relaxing. Again, I mentioned when you fell asleep the previous night, there was almost a whirlwind, a weird balance of hot and cold.
Yeah.
That is flowing into and out of this room.
Yeah.
From the fire in the open window. But you find comfort in it. And you drift off to sleep, and you may take a long rest.
Thank you.
When you all awake the next morning, Kessler, did you sleep in your bedroom or in the suite?
In the window in my bedroom.
That's right, in the window. So you awaken. It's a sunnier morning. It's not actually snowing right now. Still very, very cold. The fire's still roaring. And Pongu and Pierce wake up in the suite. Q is still unconscious on the couch.
Pierce goes and holds a hand over, not on Q's mouth, but over it. He wants to feel if he's breathing.
Make another medicine check for me.
What? 7.
7? You can tell he's breathing, but that's about all you can tell.
Okay.
I'd like to follow up when Pierce isn't looking and like guide a very intentional cleric hand over him. Do I need to roll anything?
Sure. Make your own medicine check.
Okay. 24.
24. Okay. He is breathing. He is still unconscious, but he is still stable. He's showing no signs of stirring. He doesn't seem to be moving. Doesn't seem to be responding to stimuli rather. As you like wave your hand over, make shadows, try to get his attention. He doesn't seem to be stirring.
Does he appear to be any distress that I can glean?
Not that you can tell. No.
So I'll just report, kind of behind Pierce's back and go. He's still doing okay.
He doesn't appear to be in pain, as far as I can tell, if that's any consolation to you.
Yeah, that's. Pierce walks over and he opens the door and he leans out. Is Kess or anybody nearby, like right outside the door?
The second she wakes up, she's gonna come check on Q.
So yes, she's as this happens, she's on her way. Like she's walking toward you with intent.
Okay. Pierce shuts the door real quick and he leans back and he goes, "Yeah, thanks," and then opens the door.
Hello. Hi. Good morning.
Morning. I go medicine check Q as well because I do not know that they have done that. So.
Okay. Make a medicine check. While you're making this medicine check, I'm going to say, for the next week, we're going to be taking it just sort of like a day at a time. And I'm going to be talking about some of the things that you guys would like to be doing over the course of the next week between now and the night ball. So just be thinking of those things. What was your medicine check, Kess?
It was 15. So
15. Yeah, you can tell he's breathing. He's stable. Not much else to report.
okay, I guess he just needs a lot of rest.
He's a grown kid.
Yeah.
So he fought ghost things, whatever. We still don't know really what those things were, do we?
There are like shadowy wispies.
Does anyone in this town specialize in, I don't know, those things?
Shadowy
Well,
wispies?
I mean,
Yeah.
we beat our head against the books as much as we possibly can. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yes, is there someone in town that would know about culty, spooky, ghosty, spooky, scary skeletons?
Oh, my brothers might know. I feel like if there was one, my family may have possibly kept me away from them. But I don't know. But
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, my old mentor's kind of what I used to specialize in, but I don't think you have any, semblance of my sect out here.
I mean, we can ask around. We could find out. We could go to Zev. He might know. Or if he did know, he probably forgot because that's just his thing. But we could go ask any of my brothers. I don't really want to ask my mom. She's weird about me with this kind of stuff anyways. So
You don't want your mom to know that we saw these things?
I'm sure she knows. I just think that it's one of those things where, I mean, I guess I have to talk to her about it, but it's just that she's gonna get worried and she's gonna get weird and protective, and I want to avoid that.
I can your mum.
Oh, you should do that. That would take a lot off of me, honestly. I don't know if I have it's for me, it's a no bones day. So I just kind of feel like not talking to my mom about things today.
I'm really good with parents.
You just be my guest to talk to her about whatever you want.
What's the favorite flower?
Well, she's never really told me. So,
Oh, you're very close then.
I mean, she just like, it wasn't her thing. Like, it's my thing. And so I just kind of
Oh.
like, she didn't really, if I was ever talking about plants or flowers or animals, like she would like listen to me, but she wasn't really listening. I didn't realize that until I got older. She just
What is her thing?
keeping the family, here
I see.
and in Mardosta, and making sure that we all follow, all fit in and look not like changelings and more like elves. I guess that's her thing. It's what she's always been concerned with. So I just.
That's hard. It sounds like. But yeah, if I have your permission, I'd love to speak with your mum.
Yeah, go ahead. She's probably in her study, or I think she has an office on the like second floor now. She might be in there. Yeah.
What will you two be doing today?
Wins the ball.
It's in 5 days. It's probably gonna start getting like busy around here with workers and all that kind of stuff. So,
I would like to go have a chat with Zev if you don't mind.
yeah. Go ahead.
Where's he at?
His bedrooms are down the hall to the right.
Okay, great. I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Pierce walks away.
Bye.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. So Pierce is going to talk to Zev. Pongu is going to talk to Norse.
Your mom.
Yeah. Kess's mom. Kess, what are you doing today?
Well, just gonna read
Not
my.
talking to your family. There's nobody else for you to talk to.
Apparently not. I don't want to talk to Rook. I could go hang out with my dad. I'll go hang out with my dad.
Okay. Okay.
She'll probably hang like watch Q for a little bit and read, and then once she gets like really bored, she'll just like go grab a snack and go see what her dad's up to.
Okay. So, yeah, you keep an eye on Q for a little while. You make your way. You grab a snack, a nice vegetarian cracker, cracker and cream cheese snack, basically. And you make your way. You make your way downstairs to the to. It takes you a little while to find him, but eventually you find him like speaking to some workers who are working to decorate the ballroom. And he sees you enter. He's like, Cassandra, how are you doing today? I heard you had an eventful night.
Snacking. Just eating her snack.
Just make it a habit of saying the word snacking when you're snacking. I would like to do that. Snack. Do you have something for me to snack?
Here, and I give him. Yeah, I grabbed him some bread.
It's good. It's not as good as what that new guy was giving us. But
Your pockets.
He makes really good treats.
yeah.
What are you working on in here? Has the garden been done yet?
The garden has not been done yet. That's the workers are coming to work on that tomorrow.
Oh.
But right now I'm just we're checking things, getting the patio ready, the wraparound patio, cleaning the windows, things of that nature. I was just coming in and checking on things.
Cool.
What about you?
I'm just here.
Is everything okay, Cass?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I
Make
just
a
thought I would.
deception check.
Seven.
You know how dads look at you when they just fucking know something? Cass.
I'm under a lot of
As-
stress, okay? But I'm fine. My friend is up there asleep. I don't know why we're attacked, and I'm just trying to take my mind off of it. So can I help with the ball? I don't want to help with the ball, but I will. I think it would be good for my brain.
Well, of course. If there's anything you need to talk about, you can. Your mother is.
I'm good. So
Not
you
that-
want
not-
these
not that
plates over
great.
there, and then
Okay.
the
I'll tell you what. And he just like grabs you by the face. If you see something that needs to be done, You know how things work. Just take care of it. Okay?
Okay.
I trust you.
Okay. Thanks, Dad.
You're acting very strangely, but you told me to not worry about it, so I'm just going to go over here, and if you need anything, I'm gonna make my way toward your mother and see if there's anything she needs. But if you need anything, your family operates a thieves guild. So he said that quietly.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're having an issue, that's something that we can take care of together, probably. And he turns on his heel and walks out.
I start stacking plates.
Okay, yeah.
I was just mindlessly doing whatever, just
Yeah.
not wanting to think about anything besides these plates.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're able to find plenty of things to do to occupy your morning and afternoon. Pongu, you said you were going to find Kess's mother. So, as you wander about the house, Kess gave you directions to her office. You look in her office on the 3rd floor. You don't see her in there. You remember she said something about the 2nd floor, so you go and sort of poke around in some rooms on the 2nd floor. You find a couple of, a few people working. After a little bit of time, you're able to find Kess's mother working in her office, just scribbling. Oh,
Okay.
Hello, Pongu, was it?
Yeah, that's me. I imagine leading up to this, Pongu's like flitting about like a hummingbird, and then he eventually finds the room, and his head just kind of like pokes in through the door, and that's when she like encounters me, and I'm just like, yes. Do you have a moment?
Are you flying right now? You're taller than you used to be.
I am. Sorry, I can be grounded.
No. Whatever will make you comfortable.
Oh, thank you.
How she sort of like puts away some papers and things. What can I do for you? Would you like a drink?
Yeah, actually, I guess I float, hover over to wherever she's like suggesting we sit.
Yeah, she's just sort of sitting at her desk, and she offers you a spot just directly in front of her desk. She takes out a decanter of this amber liquid, pours it into a cup, and then pours some piping hot tea on top of it and slides it over to you.
Ooh. Do I know what this is?
It smells like a black tea of some sort, but it's also a sort of a corn whiskey.
Okay. I like pick it up and I'm like, this is delightful. Is this like a family secret?
Oh no, it's tea and booze. Not very secretive. We're secretive about a lot of things. That's not one of them.
I see. Well, I appreciate that transparency. How shall I address you, governess or madam or?
Please call me Norse.
Norse. Wonderful. And I was speaking with Kess, and I was just very curious about her family, and you came up because, in my experience, the mother is like the neck of the family, yeah, and she supports the head. But I don't know. Sometimes, from what it sounds like, you are the head of this family. But I don't know. Long story short, I'm just curious. How do you do this business, this estate? How do you run it? I'm curious. I'm just very, very curious about everything.
That is a very loaded question. Am I the neck or the head? That's irrelevant. So
Sorry, I'm also a cleric, so sometimes I break things down into physiological
That's
anatomy,
helpful.
and it's not helpful. And
that's no. That's it's helpful to know. So, it's difficult for me to answer. How much has Cassandra told you about the family business?
I know next to nothing. Some would say we're kind of strangers, but I also have a rather large heart, and from my experience, people like your daughter and the compatriot she travels with have a soft spot in my heart, and that's why I'm with them. And I'm just curious more about who they are and how they, came to be who they are.
Oh, well, we are silk traders. We operate mostly up and down the Silk River. We distribute all along the continent. We have several factions, several people who work with us who distribute silk and other fineries across the. And she's like kind of looking around across the continent.
Insight check when she starts to do that.
Go ahead.
$18.
She's lying.
I very tactfully or attempt to tactfully go, I see. Once upon a time, I worked with a very wily vampire, and this vampire had this particular tell whenever they would lie about devouring people, or at least their blood. And I'm not calling you a vampire, but what I'm saying is you have very similar tells. And I just want to say, I don't care if you're a vampire.
I'm not a vampire, Pongu.
So you're withholding some truth, perhaps? Which is okay.
Audacious of you to say.
I apologize if I forget myself, madam.
Why do you ask, Pongu? What concern is everything okay?
I am just curious. Have you always been the governess of an estate, or were you adventurers before you came here?
You might say that Art and I had adventures of our own, but no, I have not. I have not always been. She kind of laughs at the thought. I have not always been a governess.
I see. And did you plan to establish a family here, or did that kind of come up happenstance?
Kess's father and I found ourselves in a quite unique unique circumstance, a series of quite unique circumstances that allowed us to establish the operation that you see before you. And before that, we had next to nothing. So I'm quite proud, if I do say so myself, if I may be so bold. Quite proud of what we have been able to do.
I see. So
if that answers your question, no, I've not always been a governess.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, and you can kind of tell that Pongu kind of shifts his disposition and goes, so it sounds like you've gone through a lot then in your life, huh?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, isn't that one?
Oh, okay. That's canon. Every time somebody rolls a natural one, it makes that Price is Right noise.
I can load it into my soundboard.
No, we'll get to. We'll get to.
Oh, okay.
So as you say this, she sort of looks at you and shakes. Pongu, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to be rude. I know you're a friend of Kess's, but I have quite a lot to do with the ball coming up and things. So if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. But I do need some time to sort through some affairs, if that's okay.
Yeah, and actually, I was going to offer my understanding this is called the Festival of Stars.
Yes, of course.
Pongu starts to twinkle
and goes, I'm actually quite quite intimate with stars. So if you need any help or whatever, I'm glad to lend a hand.
I don't think we'll be needing any help, but do go with the knowledge that you're going to fit right in, at least with the festival.
Okay.
If not the ball. Did Kess take you to get clothes? It's okay. What? It's fine. I imagine she did. Anyway, thank you, Pongu. Have a lovely afternoon.
Pongu's gonna hold her gaze for like more longer than is probably comfortable for her, and with a look that looks like he's trying to like look into her heart, and goes, "You did your best. Goodbye."
Goodbye, Pongu. I'll see you around.
Thank you. Love you home.
Thank you. You, as you're walking out, you hear more whiskey being poured into the cup.
I just poured another drink over here. Like,
Yeah, glug.
like IRL.
Pierce, you were going to speak to Zev, am I correct?
Correct. Yeah, Pierce is gonna go to where he remembers Zev's room would be, and he knocks on the door kind of lightly, like quietly.
What?
Zev, it's Pierce. Let me in.
Come in.
Pierce opens the door, shuts it behind him.
Reeks of smoke. It's like, it absolutely reeks of smoke. There are empty wine bottles and like plates lying all over the place. There is just this mass of in this very large room. There's a circular bed and this mass of like pillows and blankets. You can't even tell where his body is, but you see a foot hanging out the back.
Pierce goes and he grabs his foot and he pulls him off of the bed.
Ah, fuck.
I need your help. It's an emergency. Get up.
What is so emergent?
Come on.
All
Get
right,
up. Get up.
I'm up. Fuck. What? Jesus.
Okay. Listen. You seem like a good dude. Okay. I feel like we get each other. Okay.
Yeah.
And I need help, and I can't go to anyone else with this. Okay. So I need you to keep this between me and you. Can you promise me you'll do that?
Make a persuasion check.
Zev is also impaired or hungover.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. What is it? Can I have
Okay.
coffee?
You can have this, and Pierce slaps him. Works just like coffee.
It does not work just like coffee, Pierce.
You're up, aren't you?
But I'm pissed off.
Good. Okay, use that.
Fuck. All right, what? You better get me some fucking coffee.
Okay, we'll go get some coffee. But first, the ball's in 5 days,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to dance.
So, Zev like smiles. All right, I can fix that.
So, like, between now and then, like, fit me
Easily.
in your daytime schedule.
I will have you spinning choreographical tapestries by the time this week is over. If you don't get me coffee, I will make it hard. I will make
No,
it so difficult. You will dance your heart out and die. Get me coffee.
I'm gonna do that. And you don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
I'm sworn to secrecy, and he just holds up his hand.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right,
So,
I'll be here.
Pierce's intention for the next few days, as we do, is to steal time away to go do this once a day.
Okay. All right. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna make a series of performance checks, and that's how we're gonna handle seeing how good you get at this.
Okay.
All right. So you go get coffee and you come back, and when you come back, Zev has like pushed all of the dirty clothes and plates and like bongs and stuff out of the way, and there is like a nice like 10 by 10 segment section of floor that can be danced in. And he's like, all right, Buttercup, come on. I'm going to lead to start with.
Okay.
All right.
Ready.
This is going to be the easy one. When we walk in, you're going to be, pair off with somebody. You're going to dance everyone's head at this fucking ball. Listen to me. Everyone's head at this fucking ball is so far up their own asshole, they are not going to notice if you misstep. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So just chill and do what I tell you to do, all right?
Yes.
All right, make a performance check.
Performance check. 7.
Okay. So, over the course of 4 very long hours, you eventually get to the point to where you are not stepping on his feet. That's about as far as you get on this first day.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to and he's able to count you off 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you're able to sort of at least get slightly familiar with where to begin. But
Rough first day.
you've twisted your ankle, you've stepped on his feet. It's been a long morning, and this is over the course of about 4 hours. Okay. I that's gonna be enough for today. I am gonna go find a cleric to fix my feet.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I will make you into the belle of the ball.
I'm kind of shocked you don't have painkillers in this room littered about.
Oh, I got painkillers, but I need this shit to be fixed. It's painkillers. I need it fixed. I'm still gonna take painkillers. Don't get me wrong, but it's the actual healing will help for when those things wear off.
Okay.
All right. Same time, same place tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for
Thank you.
trusting me with this, Pierce. It's
And
okay.
thank you for your time.
Yeah. He spins on his heel and falls back in bed.
Pierce leaves, and as he, goes out into the house or whatever, I'm sure he's
Drenched in sweat. Yeah,
sweaty and look, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, if that's all you would like to do on this first day, unless anyone has anything else, we will say that the rest of the day passes without event. And
I mean, I eventually go find them, and I guess we hang out.
yeah.
But
Sure.
yeah, it's just
Actually, yeah. If we find ourselves together, Pierce did want to touch base with them, wherever we are, if we're in the suite or.
Okay. Yeah, I
Cass's
will say.
room or-
I will say by the end of the day, you have made your way back to the suite. At some point, probably around 6 p.m., you've found you've all had food and everything. You made your way back to the suite, and you find yourselves in a position to talk. Q is still unconscious.
Okay. Okay, I guess just real quick, wanted to touch base with you guys.
Yeah?
Pongu, what did you find out from Norse about the ghosts and spirits and shit? You filled her in on the night market, right?
Well, I tried to, and then she got a bit skittish.
yeah.
Also, I'm glad to know you're not descended from vampires.
Yep.
It's a, but, yeah, she, I didn't want to call your mum a liar, but,
She lied to you. Yeah.
She lying.
Oh yeah.
She's
So
lying.
okay, here we go, Punku. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
you go in and you say, I know you run a thieves guild.
Oh.
Yeah, you just tell her I told you.
Okay.
This is a thieves guild. This whole thing, this is a thieves guild. We're cool
Oh,
thieves. That's why Mardosta's not in poverty at all anywhere, because that's also why we kind of hate all the nobles. We steal from the rich and
Nobles are
distribute it
problematic, yeah.
very. But it's been my mom's job to make it look like we fit in with them so they don't get curious about things.
Yeah. And I don't think she knows that I know about the other parts of your family, like that you're a changeling and everyone else is a changeling, or
You should tell her. You should tell her everything you know.
is that gonna be okay? Like she's not gonna get even more like dodgy.
I think that if she knows that you know things, then she would see that I trust you. And then
Okay.
maybe that would be enough.
That's fair. Yeah, I kind of did say that we were like strangers, but I'm just kind of like following you like a puppy.
Oh, yeah, she probably
Not
got
helpful.
really weird.
Yeah. Speaking of weird, Pierce, you're walking kind of funny.
Are you okay?
Yeah, is everything okay with your feet?
Yeah, I spent the day combat training.
Oh.
Oh, with Rook?
Yep.
That was probably really dull, I'm sure.
It was so dull there is nothing of note to discuss regarding it. But
Oh.
just want to stay in shape.
That's fair. You seem a little light in your step now, though. It's good on you.
Good. That's the goal.
Yeah. And you had other questions here?
Yeah, Kes, were you able to find out anything today? You didn't ask. You weren't gonna ask.
Oh, shoot. Well, I didn't want to talk to my mom much. I spent the day arranging plates and ice sculptures and spoons. So,
Do you feel better having done that?
no, I feel terrible. I feel like I wasted the entire day and didn't get anything done.
Well,
At least one of us was productive.
Yeah, I mean, at least you worked out. That's nice.
I'm
Maybe we
Yeah.
could work out together. I really should, like, try to get more into shape. Like, I can just shapeshift, but I would like to feel a little better about
Yeah.
no, yeah,
myself
that's
and-
probably good. Rook, I'm sure can help you out. Tomorrow, I am going to go hunting by myself as part of my solo regimen. So, I'm going to ask around a little bit to see if anybody knows anything about those spirit things that attacked us,
Yeah.
and I'll just report back.
Speaking of,
Later in the evening.
Okay.
Case, can you draw what the things look like? I'm really rubbish. I tried to draw, and this is what it turned out. And like Pongo holds up a picture, and it just looks like a stick figure, even though it's a ghost. Yeah, can you like help? I can like bring it to either your mom or someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I can just work on drawings for all of us so we have a reference if we are right? Yeah? Maybe?
Wanted,
Great idea.
unsexy spirit ghost things.
You don't think they were sexy?
Did you think they were sexy?
There's something a little sexy about like wispy shadows, but is everything? No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll just draw them and try to make them. You don't want them to be sexy, are you sure?
They should be accurate.
These aren't your fucking
Kess is gonna
OCs.
draw these like Kess is gonna draw these like faceless, wispy creatures with enormous bulges and just like
It's like
triple
fake
A's.
Abs, like.
I don't think they're pants, Kess.
Oh,
Why are they wearing grey sweatpants?
I just,
Disinspiration, all of you. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons, you guys.
Yeah, that's
Zach.
Hey,
a different D&D.
This is the very same D&D.
spicy.
Anyway,
I mean, honestly, didn't we fight them in a dungeon at one point in time? So guess probably like
You did. Anyway.
oh no, they're hot. Okay. Do I need to make a performance check to draw these, or
Yes,
okay?
And I would like for you to describe to me what it is. Are you drawing sexy
I
ghosts?
feel like at this point we probably need to nail down what's happening.
Okay, performance.
Yeah.
They are a little sexy. She can't help it. Okay,
Okay.
but she roll. I have a 23.
Okay. So yeah,
But-
they're just sexy enough.
They
Just
have.
sexy enough for you to be like, what I no.
You can see
But-
like there's some hip bones. There's
Sure.
some abs. Like they're just a little sexy, and she cannot help it.
Defined chest muscles.
Some of them had them, right? Pierce.
Okay, I've got to be perfectly honest. This is close enough. I think people will know what we're talking about. But Guess I need you to know that this is not exactly. Well, maybe it is what you
Art
saw.
is an
You know what?
interpretation, Pierce. Anything can be art, okay? She picks up her stuff and slams the door and goes to her room.
Does this one have stubble?
And with that, the first day comes to an end. The first very productive day of this time for roleplay comes to an end. You can all take long rests. I don't think you used anything or took any damage or anything, but for what it's worth, you can take a long rest.
Wait, no, I had something else I wanted to do.
Okay, go right ahead.
I want to scry on Scott again.
Okay. Are you going to do that with the rest of the group, or are you going to do that by yourself?
I mean,
Not-
you stormed out.
Not being afraid of scrying anymore because she did it once and nothing happened. Like it felt okay. Yeah, she'll do it by herself in her room.
Okay. What's the save on that?
17. Wisdom.
Wisdom. He just fails.
Cool. Tell me what Hot Boy's up to. She's not drawing him.
Sure.
She's already
So-
drawn her things for the day.
So, give me just a moment. Okay, he used his magic resistance and he still failed. So that's what I was checking. The same familiar thing happens that happened the previous night. You sort of go into a meditative state, you smell smoke, and then a raven flies in and lands on your shoulder and pecks between your eyes. And then you travel sort of through this vortex, black and gray tunnel sort of situation. You find yourself in the same place. He is sitting in the middle of the floor, just with his head in his hands, and he is there are open books all around him. There are these vials. There are burns all over his like neck and arms and hands. He looks beat up.
Like beat up, like does it look like burns from the water, or does it look like someone has been beating him up?
Make a general intelligence check for me.
Dirty 20.
Okay. It looks like he's been experimenting with this stuff. That's what you're able to get with a dirty 20. He looks beat to shit. He looks exhausted. Open books everywhere, and he's just sitting in the middle of this floor that, it's in the exact same place that you're familiar with.
Okay. Can I make a perception check to try and read any of his notes?
You can try. Okay. So, as you're looking around with the nature of Scry and with the nature of where your orb is located following him, you're not really able to get a bead on anything that he's reading.
You can't look over his shoulder and see?
It was a really high DC.
Okay.
So,
what else? Do I get anything else with the 23?
With 23, you see that there are several books open. As you see what you saw to begin with, there are several vials that he had been testing with. It looks as if he's been coming in and out of this room quite a lot. But no, that's pretty much the gist of what you see.
Okay. She's just gonna be like, "Hey, Scott," and try to get his attention.
With Scry?
Yeah, I don't know if that works at all, but she would try.
Okay. So yeah, as you're saying that, as you feel a disconnect between your body and your vision. So as you say Scott, it's like you feel your mouth moving wherever your body is, but where your focus is, where your intelligence, where your consciousness lies, you're not able to tap into. You're not able to communicate in any sort of way.
Okay.
So after about 10 minutes of just watching him, you continue to watch him for the full 10 minutes, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, he sits with his head in his hands, and then he scribbles. He gets up and walks around a little bit, and he examines the floor. He walks over to the wall and examines that. And you follow him the whole way as he does it. But he never leaves this room for the duration of the scry.
Okay, did I hear any sounds out,
You did not.
Okay. Okay.
It appears to be just him.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking. It appears to be just him in this cavern.
I'm more asking about, do I hear sounds of void storms?
You do not.
Okay.
So after about 10 minutes, you find yourself sucked back through and in your bedroom floor. The window open, sitting in the floor. Scry having completed.
I meditate and grow a flower.
Okay. You sit again as the heat goes out and the cold comes in. You sit and meditate. Your friend does not come to speak.
Okay.
So, does that bring us? Does anyone else have anything they like to do at the end of this first day?
Nope.
All right. So you may take a long rest. On the morning of day 2, you all wake up. You look, and Pierce and Pongu, you notice Q is still asleep.
And I'm starting to get worried.
Same state.
Can you check him?
Yeah, I can. I walk over and do my little
Sure.
thing.
Check.
I get a 16.
16. Okay. Still breathing, still stable. It appears as if I don't want to say this without getting graphic or anything, but it appears as if his body functions have been paused. You feel like it's been 36 hours. He's not gone to the bathroom or anything of that nature. He's just laying in stasis.
I'd like to open up the flap of my shirt and have Nalani crawl out as a spider.
Okay.
I go,
Lonnie, is it? Have we experienced this before? Are you familiar with what this is?
I've never seen anything like this before.
Okay. His vitals seem to be stable. But
She crawls down your arm and like Goon would hate this if he was here. She crawls down your arm and like crawls across his forehead and sort of takes one leg and taps on his eyelid. His vitals are stable. His reflexes are nil. He seems perfectly fine except for the fact that he's just in stasis,
yeah.
which is troubling.
I communicate that back out to Pierce because I'm assuming he can't hear her speaking, and he just sees me pull out a monstrous looking, celestial spider out of my shirt.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, so we just hope that he wakes from this.
I think if you're truly concerned, we can add that onto our search. Yeah, inquire about these spectral figures and perhaps head down to the library, or if there is, I didn't get a chance to ask Curse, but if there's another cleric sect here, maybe I can connect with them and they might know a little bit more.
Okay. Pierce leans down and he puts his forehead against Q's head. He goes, "You're going to be okay. We're going to be here when you get up." He stands up.
I have my back to them, pretending like I wasn't watching.
Okay, of course. So, with that, probably at about that point, Kess enters.
Yep.
What are the three of you doing for the day? Besides Pierce, obviously, you're going to be doing your predetermined activity. Is there anything else that you all would like to be accomplishing today?
Yeah, we need to figure out the Wispies. Do you want us to wait on you until you're done hunting? Or do
just a few hours, and then I can meet you back here in like 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
I'm just going to go talk to your mum again and see what else might be stirred up. And if you all aren't back yet or whatever, I might... Actually, Kess, is there another cleric sect or temple or anything in Mardosta?
Do I know, Zach? I know that there's like the church, the like cathedrals in the like collegiate area, but I don't know.
Yeah, you know that the cathedrals in that area are more architectural. Their purpose is not necessarily religious. Excuse me, but you do know that there are, several. You do know there are several clerics about town who can be hired to do specific tasks, whether it be for healing or for long distance communication, things of that nature.
Okay, I'll tell him that.
Okay. So hedge clerics are about, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure I can find one if the conversation with your mother provides unfruitful.
I think that Zev personally knows one.
Yeah, maybe I can go talk to Zev today.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Tell you what, I'll ask him.
Oh,
I'll come across him at some point.
you going hunting with him?
I've seen him about. I tend to run into him.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
ask him.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's what I. Case. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. When are you talking to my mom?
Probably shortly after we depart from this conversation.
You want to keep her busy, and I want to go snoop in her library?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh. Okay.
Are we doing a thing?
Oh, I just if I know that she's gonna be busy, I can go snoop.
Yeah.
I'll keep her busy. I'm sure she'll have plenty of things to say once I drop the bomb you shared with me.
Yeah. You do that. I'll go do this thing that I've wanted to do my entire life and be fine about it. Oh no, what if there's porn? I don't want to find that. It's a library. It's probably not. It's probably more.
Do you need chocolate?
No, I'm fine. This is fine.
Insight check on that last phrase.
I'm fine.
No, I don't want to find that.
Make an insight check.
What do I need to make?
9.
What do I need to make, Zach?
Either your choice of deception or persuasion.
It's an 8! She really does not want to find her mom's porn. Like, would be okay with just random books, but if it's gonna be in her mom's library, does not want to find that.
Right, yeah, no one wants that. Okay.
No. Gosh. Pierce? One time,
Need anything? Yeah,
ooh, while we're talking about this,
sure. What?
Captain Riddick thinks that you took his porn book. And I took it as you. That happened months ago. I just remembered it. It's here it is. And I took the book and I'm like, I was bored and we were on the ship for a long time. And so I changed into you and I went and checked this book out of the ship's library.
Pierce, she hands you a paperback. Absolutely like wrinkled cover, like very folded edges.
It was like that when I got it.
Of a book called The Pirates of Fantasy Cove. I believe is what we named it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
You know, I can do things. I can change into different people, and I change into Pierce. And I'm like, so I was
Right.
like, can I
On the
borrow a
ship.
book? And yes.
You turned into me without my permission.
We didn't know each other that well, and I was afraid of you, and I thought that you would be the most believable, and also he wouldn't question you because you have that kind of vibe, like, hey, don't question me, I want a book. And so I figured he would be like, yeah, this guy wants a book and I'm not gonna talk about it anymore.
You know, I think not too long ago, this probably would have really pissed me off. But I mean, the fact that you told me, I appreciate that.
I'm really sorry.
I know.
I will not do it ever again. It's just, it was a really, really, really long
Pierce flips through the book.
ride. And I only got 2 chapters into that thing before I just gave up anyways.
I mean, I feel bad for Riddick that he never got it back.
He said he had other copies of it, so I guess it's one of his favorites.
That does
but
not surprise me.
Yeah, no, me neither.
It's a top seller.
Okay.
Bongo?
You can keep
Sex
this.
is not. Look, I'm going to name. Sex is nothing to be ashamed about. You know, all of us. You know, we sometimes we fall in love or lust, and then sometimes we copulate, and then we produce babies in flower pods, and then we grow into beautiful adults amongst their twinkle and pod of several hundred other beings. Like, yeah, that's no. Is it not how?
Wait, you have babies in flower pots?
Yeah, is it not how you all come into your adulthood and you
Pierce
No?
slowly hands the book to Pongu.
There you go. I crawled out of my mom's vagina, but like we just don't have to talk about that. So
This
But
is too much
is
for a
that-
Tuesday, so I'm going to go hunting. Goodbye.
Okay.
Pierce turns and walks away.
But about the podlings. Okay.
not the podling.
So, Pierce is going hunting. Kess and Pongu, you're going to talk to Norse, and Kess, you are going to raid your mother's library while Pongu is talking to Norse. Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna start with Pongu. Pongu, you make your way to the second floor where you see, you find your way back to Norse's office, and you see her sitting in there working. She sort of sees you approach. Pongu, how are you?
Good morning. I brought you a present. And I pull out a good berry scone, and I go, "It's I made it. It's fresh, and also I know you are part of a group of thieves. Also, you can change your face. You are a face dancer." And also your body. I don't want to discredit the rest of your body that I'm sure changes, and I think it's beautiful. And also, while you enjoy that delectable scone, I, too, have my reservations about the nobility. Because you see, back where I'm from, I had to work under, major duress, with the queen and the rest of the courts, the very demanding people, and yeah, so I don't really like them, and whatever, and oppression is bad. And you're a thief, and I'm here because I have questions. Yeah.
This is a very good scone. Would you like some more tea? And she pulls the whiskey and the tea out, and she pours. You see, when she pours her drink, she fills it with whiskey and doesn't put any tea inside. But in yours, she puts whiskey and then tea from the kettle and slides it over to you.
Thank you. Do you want some?
No.
Top it up?
No. I see that Kess filled you in on everything. Thank you for the scone. Is there a question in there, Pongu?
Is a question, and I think I maybe got off on the wrong foot yesterday when I said that I was just. Well, when you use the word stranger, and I know your daughter, it sounds weird. I understand, and so I just want to say, and he gets real serious, like full serious. He's like, your daughter and the rest of her compatriots, I will give my life for them, just as I have vowed to give my life for my other people in my life. And I want you to know that whatever you have to hide, you're allowed to keep your secrets, but you don't have to if you don't want to with me. Savvy?
Takes a sip of her tea. I think we have an understanding. Wow. Where did Kess find you?
I was in a cave.
It was more of a rhetorical question, but so, okay, sure, of course, yes. I assume you've also been sworn to secrecy. I trust my daughter, so I can only imagine that she had a good reason to tell you all of these things that I have spent my entire life working to keep a secret from every living soul. Once again, is there a question, Pongu? She drinks her tea.
First, since you've had a life of adventuring,
I was curious if you've ever seen these. And he pulls out the scroll or whatnot of the possibly sexy ghost and goes, "Are you familiar with these specters?"
She like gets embarrassed and she's like, "That's not mine. I don't know where I didn't."
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. These ones.
Those. I can't say that I am. What is that?
Well,
Is that what there's okay. I try to give my daughter space because God knows she needs it. Is that what everyone is talking about that you all fought at the market?
yes. They
That!
apparently, yeah.
To answer your question, no, I'm unfamiliar with it.
Okay. And insight check.
Make an insight check.
17.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Yeah, apparently the gang has run into these creatures several times, and this bout it was dead set on taking their friend Q, you know, the wee kobold.
Plagued
So-
with issues, that one.
Yeah. So, you know, if you do have the employ of your guild or thieves group, maybe perhaps keep an eye out in your network. I know.
May I keep that?
Yeah, I've got plenty. He hands it over to her.
Did Cass draw this?
She did. She's quite gifted. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just thinking. I found. I used to find all these little sketches in her bedroom floor. I was just thinking that I wish I had done more to foster that side of her, but that's neither here nor there. I will tell the guild to keep an eye out.
Ponga's crying.
I do need you. I do need you to understand that we're not. The guild isn't necessarily fighters. We can't fight these things should we come across them, but I can tell them to take caution.
Norse again, if I may. I am a firm believer that sometimes fighting is the last thing, and if your guild can offer information, sometimes that's the most important thing. And second, you always have time. And he keeps it nebulous. You always have time.
I like to think so. I've taken steps, so I hope that's not nothing. As far as the other thing is concerned, in that we are in agreement. Violence is... She kind of like closes a drawer behind the desk. Violence is last resort.
Can I perception check what might have been in the drawer?
Sure, go ahead.
19.
19. It's difficult to see. That was a really high DC. It's difficult to see, but with like, you can tell that she was kind of ashamed of something as she was closing that that drawer.
I'll take note of it and just kind of linger on her last words and go, just want to thank you again, and also note that I know it's not easy to raise children. My parents had to raise several hundred, so I know that it's it can be hard, but from a complete stranger, it seems like you do love your children, just maybe in a way that they don't necessarily understand.
As I said, I'm taking steps to make that a bit more clear, but I appreciate it, Pongu, truly. Truly.
Yeah.
Now, as you may know, as I have mentioned, I have quite a bit to do, but I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate your... And she softens for a minute. I appreciate the kind words, Pongu.
Madam. Also, I really love your hair like that. You should do it more often.
Oh, I've been trying something different. It's I don't know. I'm a little. Art hasn't said anything about it, but I Thank you. It was worth a try.
Yeah. All right. Make sure you stay hydrated with water.
Yes, of course.
Bye.
Bye. Glug glug glug. All right. Cass, what are you doing in the interim while... I forgot. So, Cass, you make your way to your mother's library with a very Patrick Warburton voice. And when you arrive, you make your way inside. I need you to make a stealth check before you go inside.
Guidance.
All right.
What is my stealth? It's an 18 plus 6.
Okay.
So 24.
You're able to make your way through the hallways without being seen. You make your way to your mother's library. It is locked.
Shit. I go try to find Pierce for the lockpicks.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm very early into my stuff though, so.
Yeah, no, not much time has passed.
I'm back
So-
across the house now.
Here's how we're gonna do this. Pierce. When you go into Zev's bedroom, when you walk in, he is not asleep. He is standing. He is wearing sweatpants and a tank top. He has his hair tied back. He's got like a sweatband on his wrists, and he has like a pitcher of water. And he's like, "All right, motherfucker, listen to me. You're gonna leave here a ballerina. Do you understand?"
Yeah.
All right, let's
Pierce
do it.
Pierce tried to dance in his duster and like boots and shit. Yesterday, like he was not.
Yeah.
He just went in and did it. So today, it's duster off. He doesn't really have like gear or anything, but
Right.
he takes his beat up hat and his mask and he actually stretches.
Okay.
All right, ready to get fucked up.
All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Assume position. And he's like, again, I'm going to take the lead. And you begin to dance. So another performance check. Kess, I want you to make an investigation check.
Okay.
That was a 6.
Okay.
16.
I will give you advantage because you have training from yesterday. So take advantage on that.
Okay, I'll take advantage. Oh boy, 17.
17. Okay. All right. So today you walk inside and you're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So you get really, really into you're following in the steps really, really easily. You're keeping up with Zev, and you're able to sort of absorb his instruction a little bit more. Kess, what was your investigation roll?
16.
16. Okay. So, about an hour passes, Pierce, as you're like dancing and taking his instruction. Kess, you start walking through the hall, and you don't find Pierce in the. Actually, you thought Pierce was going hunting.
I thought he was going hunting, yeah. So I don't even think I'd be looking in that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be looking for him in there. So yeah, you make your way out And with a 16, you make your way out. You go into the forest. You try to follow tracks. You don't find him.
Well, my day's
You
ruined.
You spend probably 2-3 hours looking for him.
Oh, yeah.
Go-
I'm also gonna take a flight form, giant owl, and like circle. Like I want to comb the perimeter and make sure he's not there.
Go to your calendar where it says days. How many days has it been since Pierce ruined your day, and put it back to 0.
So make a perception check.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
32.
Jeez.
I rolled a natural 19. I got a 13 on my plus.
So
Give me that
The-
info.
So, as you're circling you circle the woods. Go over the woods looking for Pierce for probably 2 hours, and you fly back and you're circling around the estate looking for him. And as you're circling, something catches your eye in Zev's window. And with your owl perception, you look and you see Zev and Pierce dancing in Zev's bedroom. And you can tell, like, with the 32, the DC for that, by the way, was a 30 for you to be able to see Pierce.
Damn.
So,
Rock your dice.
I'm
So-
sorry. I'm sorry.
while, you look in and you see, like, he's very clearly being instructed. Zev is very clearly teaching him how to dance. Like, you see them, like, you see Zev snapping, and you see Pierce also, like, dancing by himself as Pierce, or as you see Pierce dancing by himself as Zev is trying to teach him to lead. You sit and watch for a few minutes until eventually they break and Pierce leaves.
I gotta land in my bedroom window.
Okay,
Should still be open.
it is.
Pierce does want to ask Zev before we break about he's
Yeah.
gonna go grab from his stuff, like the drawing of the semi-thick specter. And hey, one last thing. You know what the fuck this is?
No.
Okay. This attacked us in the night market. You heard we got attacked in the night
That's
market,
what
right?
fucking attacked you? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
heard. Everybody knows.
Yeah, it
You guys are
wasn't
the
fun.
talk of the fucking town.
Can you figure out where these do you have any resources to figure out where this shit came from, or what it could be, or anything?
I know people, but I don't know if I know those people.
Do you know a cleric that could clue you in on some shit?
There are clerics in town. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's something you talk to a cleric about, or a fucking. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that.
I know that you're doing a lot, and I hate asking, but if you find yourself out there, could you check around?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, can I have that?
we have nothing on this shit.
Can I take that drawing?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
cool.
You can. Yeah.
He kind of examines it. Fluffy, draw this.
Yes. Yeah. She drew it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, bud.
Are they this hot? Like, is that on purpose?
No, not really. Yes. No, they're not really. Just imagine more ghostly. I mean,
Because, like,
Just
I could get it,
detest it.
right? Like,
sure. Right. I mean, you'd have to be. You know what?
you made a stunt. Yeah.
We understand each other. Anyway,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow.
All right. Pierce,
Yeah.
first of all, I do not think I'm going to find anyone who knows what the fuck this is. So just be prepared for disappointment there. But second of all, good job today.
Pierce doesn't say anything, but he his head perks up a little bit, and then he walks out with his chin up.
Okay.
which is a little unusual for him.
Yeah. Okay. So, does anyone else have anything they'd like to do for the remainder of this day?
Me.
All right. Anybody else?
I'll do tomorrow.
Okay. So, Cass, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna wait until I think that everybody's home,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go get them
Okay.
and take them to my room. Okay. I'm gonna scry on somebody else. Okay.
Who?
Pierce, do you have any steaks or holy water from Zeffy, or like anything that she gave us?
Oh, shit.
I actually think that I have a steak. I just like, I think I could check in there and see what's happening, and then because that's the first place we saw the wispy things, so I could check in at Evercrest. But I think I need to check in specifically on her.
Pierce looks through his stuff and just he doesn't see. I don't think Pierce had anything from Zeffy still. He does notice that he has in his inventory a bill of sale that is related to his father, and he holds it for a second, thinks about giving it to Kess, but doesn't. And then he goes, "No, I don't think I have anything from Zeffy." I either shot it or used it. Yeah, I think I shot it. I think I stabbed the vampire and then I shot it, and then it was super awesome and I saved the day, if I remember right.
Okay. That sounds about right. But our horse saddles could work. They were from her.
Oh,
Or like the horses.
is right.
Would that count? Maybe?
Yeah, there's not.
Oh, to the barn?
To the barn.
Okay, hop on, and I just turn into an owl and don't want to bother with stairs right now.
Just like one-handed nonchalant grabs just to drag out the window.
Okay. So, where are we going?
To the barn, to the horses, to the saddles, to scry on Zeffy with the saddles.
Okay.
Weirdest scry thing ever.
Very, very strange scry. Okay,
Very
so
weird.
You make your way out to the barn. You see Artemis is out there tending to the horses. Are you trying to be secretive?
I land as a giant owl without thinking.
Whoa!
And I turn into my elf self.
What the fuck?
Man, you seem to have you been smoking?
No, I'm just a bit jumpy.
Oh.
You were an owl, and
No,
now
I wasn't. Have you gotten enough rest?
You're telling me that you weren't just an owl.
No, I was not. Have you gotten enough rest?
Make a deception check. Make a deception check.
Okay. Can I guide myself? I guess I would have. No, I would have to do it before the roll.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. I guess I haven't had enough rest. He rolled a 10.
You should go take a nap. You
I'm
should
gonna go to bed.
Yeah, tell them if anybody
I'm
gives
gonna
you
go to bed.
crap, just tell them it was from me, that I said to.
Fine.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night.
Fuck was that?
Oops. Okay, so. Okay. I have the stone, and the horse saddle on Hunter the horse. I pet him real good and
Okay.
scratch him. And I scry on Zeffy.
Okay. So, she fails. So, because the only reason she resisted, she wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, familiar thing. You've done it 3 nights in a row now. Your senses sort of fall away. You find yourself alone in a room. Your raven friend comes in, pecks you between the eyes, and you travel through a tunnel, and you find yourself in the barn that you were familiar with, that you not first met Zephy, but you came to meet Zephy when she gave you your first assignments. You're sitting in the cellar where you all left the guardian Naga that you retrieved. She is in there too. She is alone. And she is tapping a keg and drinking from it. And she's scribbling into a notebook. And she is visibly intoxicated at this point in time. She's scribbling into a notebook. And she keeps like laughing and muttering to herself. And she, at some point, she gets up and she walks up the stairs. And your orb follows her. And when you get upstairs through the windows in the barn, you can see absolute darkness outside with a green hue. And she sort of like climbs up on a little step stool and looks outside. And as she does, you can see outside Zephy's barn and Zephy's estate is on a sort of like a cliff up above Evercrest proper, if you recall correctly. So when you look through this window, you can see out into the darkness, and Evercrest is completely unrecognizable. There are many buildings on fire. There are bodies piled up in the streets. There are, most noticeably, in the sky, there are these almost, they remind you of veins. Veins of green fog that are stretching across the entire island, almost as if in a system. And as you look across, I would like for you to make a perception check, please.
28.
20 what?
8.
28? Okay. Wow. So, as you're looking across, you see this green fog that seems to have formed like a system above Evercrest. Not only Evercrest, it is as far as you can see, which albeit in your scry, as you're scrying, is not all that far. But you see other little tendrils reaching down from these veins that are up in the sky. And you see them reaching down and snaking along. And you see one reach down and snake along, and almost as if it's looking. And it pokes along, and Zephy can see it from a distance, and you see her duck down and hide and go back and get into the basement. And at that point, your scry ends.
Oh no. Okay.
What?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Is she alive?
She's alive. Oh my gosh.
Actually, hold on. With your perception check, she looks rough. The last time you saw her, she was kind of like plump. Like she was like very, now she is very malnourished, very overweight, eyes sunken in, sallow
Underweight
skin.
or overweight?
Underweight.
Okay.
Underweight, yes. Sallow skin, very, just like everything else over Evercrest right now, has like a little bit of a green hue.
What's going on? You look like you've seen an unsexy ghost.
There were no sexy ghosts. Okay. The green light is alive. It's the sky. The green light is the sky with veins and tendrils, and there are bodies everywhere. Zephy she's been hiding in the basement. She looks not great. And Oh
Is that
gosh.
Okay.
a friend?
Zephy, oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Pongu.
Okay.
Zephy hired us in the first place to go check out the issues that we were having with the zombies. Because
I mean-
she's a ale mace, she's a brewer, and she was having issues with a specific town, and we needed to go check it out. And then from there we found the void water, and then from there we went on to void storms, and we found vampires as well. And
She gave us our first assignments, and I think that she was probably investigating some of the strange phenomenon going on.
Sounds like
So-
she's important then, yeah?
yeah, she had us rescue a
Yeah.
guardian naga with life well water and that kind of thing.
And she's in Evercrest?
Yeah, she's outside of it. She was hiding. She seemed okay. Like, she seemed rough, and she's very smart. I think she'll be okay. But Evercrest was like, it was on fire, and there were these weird tendrils that came down from the sky that were green, that were like, it looked like they were like searching for life. It did not look like there was life there.
Out of character, would I know what they're... Have I ever experienced anything like this?
You have not.
Okay.
I feel so helpless.
Okay, I don't know what to do.
You said she seems safe now?
She seemed like she had her situation figured out.
Okay.
One thing you know about Zephy is that I feel like she is very resourceful. So, but I don't know how much longer anybody could last in that situation.
Do you want to find someone in your town that can communicate over vast distances to see if they can connect? Oh, no. They'd have to know her.
Well, last time I talked to a cleric that could do that, I had to tell them, we talked to her and she said, things are bad, don't come back. But they need help, and I can't just not help.
Yeah. It sounds like we've all had a long day, yeah?
Yeah? Pierce? I needed your lockpicks, so if I could have them for tomorrow before you go hunting, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't get to snoop with my mom, but I did go for a nice flight and just hung out some, and I thought about doing this, and now I don't know what to do.
If there's anything we can send her to help, that would be the best thing to do as of right now.
I can't teleport things. I can't.
I mean, you were going to send care packages to the elementals.
Well, we can't.
Can we send care packages to Zephy?
No one had gotten there. No one had gotten, like... I don't know.
Maybe if we get a chance to check in, maybe she can either reassure us that she's got things under control, or if it is necessary that we go back, she can let us know.
Why don't tonight I will pray to my deity and see if they might bestow upon me the ability to communicate, but it traditionally requires that I know, or at least this person's familiar with me. But I don't know.
I can draw them.
But
And she just starts sketching Zeffy.
okay, it's something. We
That
can
make-
try.
Performance check, Zach.
If you wish, yes.
16.
Okay, yeah. Decent likeness of Zeffy. Enough that you'd be able to pick her out of a crowd.
Okay.
Okay.
When I rise, we'll see if I've been blessed with the ability to do that, and I don't know. We can try a new thing and perhaps get in contact with your friend.
Okay.
So, Pongu, for my own edification, what spell is it that you're speaking about?
Sending.
Sending.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that the three of you would like to do over the course of the evening? It's worth mentioning Q is still out cold.
And Pierce is feeling a little downtrodden about Evercrest now and is ready to turn in.
Cass is not gonna sleep in her room. She's gonna sleep in the suite, and she's gonna grow her flower in there, in the window, instead of in her room, and do all of that there
Okay.
in her pajamas.
So as you grow your flower, you meditate. Your friend does not arrive.
Cool.
All right. Pongu, you had something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I was just going to just again role play. The clerics can pick their spells for the next day to prepare my new spells, and I was gonna pray to my deity for sending.
Okay. So as you commune with your deity, you reach this state, this familiar spiritual meditative state, and you look up in the stars, and you see a dull sheen, a dull twinkle, that is not quite over the Mount of Iron homeland. You get the vibe that maybe in time, but
Okay. I take that and I thank the night and I thank the skies.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you trying? Do you not have sending?
I don't currently, but my thing, my assumption is since I'm not familiar with
right.
Zephy,
Having never met Zeffy,
yeah,
even having never met Zeffy and with only a drawing, that's not quite enough.
Okay.
If you had rolled like a 25, then maybe, but with only just like a quick 16 drawing.
What about when Nicole did it?
It's a higher DC because it's an unfamiliar thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
yeah. And out of character, how far is Evercrest from Mardasta?
it is across the sea.
Oh,
It's probably about 500 miles.
shit. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll take that, and I'll thank the night, and I'll thank the skies, and whenever we rise the next morning, have unfortunate news.
Okay. So, we're going to take the next 3 days, days 3 through 5. We're going to take those kind of all in one swing because we're kind of running out of time a little bit. So, Pierce, I would like for you to go ahead and roll 3 more performance checks, please.
Can do. Happily to do so. We have a dirty 20.
Okay.
We have a 9.
Okay.
And we have a natural 1.
Okay. So, you have a couple of really hard days. And by the time by the time your time with Zev comes to an end, you're not leading him necessarily, but you have made resounding progress. So at the end of the 5th day, you're still having some missteps, but you can kind of attribute it to just being tired. But you have enough successes over the course of these 5 days that at the end of it, Zev is like, all right, I think that's going to do. Just don't get in your own head. You're going to be fine. You did good. You did good.
Did just before I go, tell me, do I need to avoid dancing at all costs during the ball? Or can I not embarrass myself?
All cost is a strong phrase. As I said, these people are going to have their heads so far up their own asses schmoozing that they're not going to be paying any attention to you. But, if you embarrass yourself, who gives a shit? This place needs a little bit of liveliness. But I don't think you're going to embarrass yourself. You'll probably be fine.
Thanks, bud.
Like the worst answer.
Claps him on the shoulder. He doesn't feel great, but he doesn't feel defeated.
Yep.
Hey, I've had years of this shit. Like, don't get down on yourself. It's fucking hard. I was garbage after 5 days too. I mean, I was garbage after, not that you're garbage. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah. Good night, pal.
Oh, by the way, you wanted me to ask around. I couldn't find anybody who'd ever seen those things before, but apart from seeing them at the night market the day you guys fought. So I don't know.
So new to Mardosta is what it sounds like.
Yeah, and plenty of fear, plenty of kids with nightmares. But you guys took care of it, so.
All right, if you see him again, let me know.
All right. Okay.
Pierce leaves.
Pongu, what would you like to do over the course of these 3 days? Do you have anything in mind?
I'm actually. Follow me here.
Sure.
Homebrew, possibly. If Pongu and Kess, and possibly with the aid of other clerics and or druids, combined their abilities to do a ritual that's a mix between sending and scrying together, would we perhaps be able to communicate with Zephy?
I would allow, not even necessarily just that. Like, if you were to find another cleric or another someone who to help you with the scry.
Okay.
I would allow that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would allow advantage on that.
And Cass, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, the next day, day 3, I suppose, I would head into town and just try to connect with hedge clerics or whoever might be able to
Make a
assist
charisma
me.
check for me.
Charisma?
Because it's going to be a lot of talking to people and finding your way around.
That's not very good for me. 1 second. If you'll permit as well, I'd like to have Lonnie on my shoulder doing help.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so fuck. 10, even with an advantage.
Okay, 10 was the DC, so you made it. So as you walk around, it takes you most of the day. It takes you probably the better part of a morning and a little bit of an afternoon. But you're able to find a cleric by the name of Tarini, a half-elf woman, and she agrees to assist you with this for a small fee of 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the drawing of the person Zephy. And you're able to assist, yeah?
Well, we can certainly try, can't we?
Yeah. Would you mind coming back? My friends should probably be there. Before we try to establish this. Is that fine?
I believe I can do that. Yes.
So we go back to the estate.
Who are your friends?
Do you know Kess?
Yes, Shadowmore.
Yes.
Oh, I am familiar. Yes.
Is that-
I don't know
is that
her
okay?
personally, but yeah, no, that was fine. Her family's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you make your way back up to the mansion. You find the group easily enough.
And I go up and I say, so, in my discernment with my deity, I found that it wasn't strong enough by myself, but with the aid of Tarini, we should be able to contact your friend Zephy, and I just need to know what you want to communicate to her, and also what you want, just what's helpful. What is helpful?
Well,
In under 25 words.
okay.
Very specific.
If we ask her if we should come, she's gonna tell us no.
Okay.
So we need to tell her that help is on the way. And
Help is on the way, dear.
okay.
Yeah. This is Kess. No, Kess here. Help on way.
Help on way. I don't know. Pierce, help. I don't just like what do we say? Help on way.
Are you safe?
Are you safe?
And what do we need to know?
What
That's good.
need to know? Yeah, and I think we got like 4 more.
Life well water? Question mark.
Life well water. Life well water.
Yeah.
And then, okay. Tarini, are you ready?
Yes, of course. She reaches out to grab your hand.
We hold hands. I imagine our eyes go white or something.
Sure.
And you hear both of our mouths open, and like this, voice that's like conjoined of both of ours booms across as it sends towards Zephy, who we're holding in our hand, and we connect with Zephy, I suppose.
Okay, roll a d20 for me, please.
I would like to give guidance.
Okay.
Okay, this is just flat D20.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna use real dice.
Actually, if she's giving guidance, there's no way for it to fail. So,
Oh, okay.
you can roll if you want to, but
Okay. You got a 10, so
yeah. So you convey. What is the message you convey to Zephy?
Kess here. Help on way. Are you safe? What
Need to know?
need to know?
Life well
Life
water?
water.
Sending is so hard.
Sending is wild. Okay. A moment passes, and a voice you've never heard before, Pongu, reverberates in your head. Hell no, I ain't safe. You don't sound like Kess.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with no life well water. Drained, far as I tell.
I imagine. Yeah, sorry, go.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Is that it?
The Tarini
25.
and I are both
like our mouths are open like megaphones, and you hear that kind of disembodied voice with that accent and delivery come through.
I'm
And
into
then-
that. I'm into that. Yeah.
and then there's just kind of like this like reverberating echo, and then we kind of snap out of it and we go, did you get what you needed?
She didn't tell us anything we needed to know.
Is that normal?
Yes, for her.
Okay, well, if she's clearly not okay, but if she's not in. If she were in an emergency situation where we had to drop what we were doing, right now she would have said something. So,
I mean, we can leave tomorrow after the ball.
Eh? Does my mouth taste like whiskey? Is that normal, Tarini?
Oh, she was probably drinking.
She was. At about this time, one of the house staff steps into the room. Mr. Pongu,
Yes?
someone is in the foyer to speak with you.
Is it for me?
with him?
Yes, they are specifically for Pongu. Is that all right? Do I need to tell them you're not here?
No, I'm here. Kess, will you take care of Tarini's fee?
Oh, yeah. I hand her 10 gold. I don't know how much it was.
Oh, thank you. And she turns on her heel and leaves.
Have a good day.
You as well.
Knight's blessings.
So, do you make your way down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you step down into the stairwell and into the foyer, you see a familiar face, an emissary from the Mount of Iron Empire by the name of Kyo. You recognize her immediately. It was not easy to find you here.
Pongu rubs his eyes. Is this a trick?
No, it's not a trick. Come here. She reaches out her arm for a hug.
What? How are you? Why are you here? What's happening? Is everything okay?
As happy as I am to see you, I'm afraid I don't come with any good news. The fleet on the east is relocating. With all the trouble happening in the southern Fallen God Sea, the Triumvirate has requested that as much of the fleet as possible returns to protect the Hamahoa Embers, should anyone be seeking to harm them. So, you're, of course, free to come with us if you wish, or you can find your way back to us at your earliest convenience, but I did need to find a way to tell you in person that we will no longer be on the East Coast.
Oh. Am I by myself, or did like Kess and Pierce follow?
That's up to them.
I probably followed and then hid, like, on the, like...
Okay, make stealth and
Yeah.
perception checks.
I mean,
Yeah, Pierce would have done the same thing.
I don't think I'm stealthing. I just think
Or
that,
Pongu, would you
like,
even care?
I just
That's up to
don't
you.
want to be, like, in the
Perception.
way.
My perception is 28.
So Pierce 100% is going to try and stealth, like, up to listen,
Okay.
which is
28 is the number.
7.
Oh.
27.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have advantage on stealth. That's 27 again. 27 again.
Okay.
Perception was 24 for me, but she's not
You're not rolling
stealthing.
perception. You're not
Oh.
rolling perception. You're rolling stealth.
I thought you said stealth and perception.
Stealth and perception for Pongu. You'll be able to hear. Like, yeah. Turn that into
Stealth.
stealth.
Turn it into stealth?
Just roll again.
30, 20.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, Pongu, you see them both. They're following you.
Yeah.
I notice it, but I just stay focused on Kyo, and I'm just so. I'm sorry to hear that things are astray back home. How's Delphira?
Delphira is wonderful. She's concerned about you, of course, but
And The chieftain?
The chieftain is also well. They're very concerned with all of the things happening in the southern Fallen God Sea. So we've been instructed to relocate as much personnel as possible to protect the Hamahoa. Because this seems to be perfectly frank, it seems like the type of thing that someone would come after. So,
yeah, and Delphira's sister, I'm sure she's very busy now.
Very busy, yes.
Well,
It's sort of all hands on deck at this point.
I
If you'll
understand.
Excuse the pun.
Of course. Anything for the Armada. Pungu tries to speak subtly, but isn't very good at it, and so he definitely says this loud enough for Pierce and Kess to hear, and goes, friend, you know that the fires of the Hamahoa do not burn as deep as the love that I have for the Empire. However, I cannot walk away from my charges right now.
That's perfectly understandable. Of course, I'm saddened to hear it, but our paths will cross, Pungu. A charge is a charge. Family is family.
Yes. Pungu kind of holds his arm out, his forearm to cross forearms, and then brings in a hug and kind of whispers something that is, this is inaudible. But he says, please tell Delphira and the chieftain and Delphira's sister that I will come to their aid if they truly need me. But for now, I must see this through.
Will do.
Be
Take
well.
care, Pungu.
May the winds fly at your back.
Always a warm breeze.
He does this very unique looking kind of ceremonial goodbye, and bids adieu to Kaio.
And as Kaio steps out she's mostly wearing, Kess, you and Pierce would see, like, she's mostly wearing clothes very much so like Pongu, but with a little bit of fur to help with the cold. She steps back out into the snow, and Pongu is standing in the foyer. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Whew.
You guys hang tight, talk to them. I have to pee real bad.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Empire of Manavai. What questions do you have?
Wait, hang on.
Pungu has friends?
What? Did they want to go to the ball?
Oh my gosh.
Stuff for next week, maybe.
Oh man.
Yeah. Pierce real concerned about Q. He's real concerned about Zeffy. He's real concerned about Danton. He's split.
Oh my god.
There's so much now. Like Zach was like, okay, this will just be like a chill RP session. We don't have goon. Like, it's not gonna be the ball. Like, y'all will just RP. We found out so much crap. Like, I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then I have to share your mom's stuff with. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Oh shoot.
That's so cute.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know if we're good at the whole chill thing.
Good roleplay tonight, everybody.
What do we do?
Lot going on.
Uh,
Lot going on.
What in the world?
So, next time on SAS, you guys can look forward to a fancy dance party.
I'm really excited about the ball, honestly. Like, I'm really pumped.
God, I think
Sugar
my performance is bad.
I'm excited.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, as a brief reminder, we will be back next Wednesday. We are not going to be taking a 2-week hiatus like we usually do. It is instead of every other week. This next episode is going to be 1 week from tonight. So we hope to see you back here then. And then after that, we'll be back on our 2 weeks schedule.
Also, maybe Q got enough sleep in this episode where he won't start falling asleep in every episode again.
Q was for what it's worth for those last 3 days. Q was out for all of them.
That sounds magnificent, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds like a lot of rest. Like, I have a question that you may or may not be able to answer right now, Zach. And like, was that partly because he wasn't able to be here to RP, and did Q just like was tired and exhausted?
It was convenient that.
That he was already asleep.
We had to adjust. We had to adjust some
I
stuff.
just want to make sure that we're not going to come back next week and you've killed Q, which I don't think you would.
He was not dead.
I just want people to know that
He was stable.
People will riot.
Okay.
Yeah. Q is
Okay.
stable. Fret not. It's
Okay.
just. It was the thing that his body and his consciousness went through was very, very heinous, very terrible. So.
He got
Okay.
snatched by 2 sexy ghosts.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'd love to be snatched by 2 sexy.
Like that
I mean, same, I guess, but
that's slowly becoming like it's slowly shifting from just like Kess's interpretation to actual SAS retcon.
it's not my intention for them to be hot. But I mean,
They are. It's canon that they are. I think maybe
Just-
if Cash
they don't
drew
have
them,
faces.
I don't care. They got the bodies.
They're with
They're
their
not-
body because they're wispies.
You don't know.
It's very firm.
I mean, we can, you know. Yes, and man, whatever you guys see.
Oh,
Stupid
gosh.
sex specters.
So
No, Vice. It's sex specters. Yeah, that's what. That's not. No.
what was
that's not-
it? What was it? Hang on. I do have to say what Mnemonic Man called them. Swoltergeist.
Walter, guys. Yeah, that was good.
I liked it.
That was good.
That was great.
So, we love you guys so very much. Don't forget to check out our friends at BeNeverEnding.com. Don't forget to follow all of these lovely people here, as well as Goon, who was taking some time for his mental health this evening, and we recommend that you all do the same, and we all do the same, frankly, because it's an important thing sometimes, and brains are bastards sometimes. So take care of that stuff. We love you all so incredibly much. Don't forget to catch us next Wednesday as well. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Get ready to party.
Ready
Real
to
soon.
party and dance. We love you guys. Meeting adjourned. Good night.
Oh, I have to do the thing where I turn it up. Okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
no, you're.
Yeah. Okay, we're fading out. Bye, love y'all.